Hello my good friends, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a bit of a quick one and we're just going to have a look at this article where Albo has called out Gerard Rennick as a cooker because cookers deserve to have their cooker shit called out. And since we're talking about cookers, can't go past recommending that everybody, if you aren't already reading and subscribed to Tom Tanuki, go and either check out his work in Independent Australia or check out his YouTube channel. Hilarious, informative videos. Highly recommended. But without further ado, we're going to have a look at this news.com.au article. I know, look, it's very difficult to avoid the Murdoch press, especially when you live like me in Queensland, when the only remaining print media is all News Corp, is all Murdoch. But we're looking at this article from the 11th of August. Cookers, Anthony Albanese swipe at LNP Senator Gerard Rennick, Peter Dutton over conspiratorial childcare posts. Anthony Albanese has branded a renegade LNP Senator a cooker over his conspiratorial childcare posts during a broad swipe against the coalition's shift to the right under Peter Dutton's leadership. Anti-vax LNP Senator Gerard Rennick has been labelled a cooker by Anthony Albanese over his conspiratorial posts about childcare destroying the family unit. The Prime Minister took aim against Senator Rennick and opposition leader Peter Dutton on Sunday, questioning whether the outspoken senator's spray over childcare worker pay rises formed part of sensible debate under Mr Dutton's leadership of the coalition. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, Senator Rennick claimed institutionalised childcare is the sacred cow for Labor, which would destroy the family unit and brainwash children early with the woke mind virus. And as soon as I saw that, yes, him getting called a cooker is hilarious, but as soon as I saw that, Elon Musk tier, just US culture war bullshit, I knew that I had to put this up because it's just the dumbest shit ever. So stupid. To continue. Mr Dutton has previously backed the senator, saying Mr Rennick demonstrated he's not afraid to take up the fight in order to defend the values of the LNP. And just what a fantastic portrayal of the values of the LNP. Just a throwback to the cultural cringe that Howard's coalition government demonstrated in the 80s and 90s. Just completely called out by Paul Keating. These Australian conservatives don't have any regard at all for Australia. They want it to be, they used to want it to be Britain. Now they want to be right-wing America. It's pathetic. But speaking in Adelaide at the weekend, the Prime Minister said this commentary needed to be called out. I think the shift to the right that we've seen from the LNP over a period of time and over Peter Dutton's leadership, where you have, cookers like Senator Rennick, being able to express views that are completely out of touch with modern Australian society need to be called out, Mr Albanese said. This isn't a fringe dweller. This is someone who will be sitting in the Senate this week and voting on legislation. Mr Albanese questioned how this kind of commentary contributed to sensible debate, while referencing Barnaby Joyce's comments likening voting to firearms and telling rallygoers to load that magazine. How that contributes to sensible debate is beyond me, Mr Albanese said. Well, Barnaby Joyce, the butt of Australian political life. What a hilarious man. And I'm pretty sure just like Rennick, Barnaby Joyce is also an accountant. I don't know what it is with these right-wing conservative populist accountants. But apparently it's all fair game under Peter Dutton leadership or lack thereof. Mr Joyce has since apologised for his comments. Labelling Senator Rennick a cooker is an echo of a barb thrown by Climate Change and Energy Minister Chris Bowen just last month when Mr Bowen and the Senator got into a mudslinging match. Last year, Mr Rennick tweeted that gravity was an ignored cause of climate change and claimed CO2 as a gas, it cannot trap convection. Just a classic shot of Lambie there. In the speech to the Senate in 2022, Mr Rennick claimed COVID-19 vaccines were unsafe, ineffective, and compared the biochemistry process to cooking sausages on the barbecue, and you see blobs of fat merged together. He has compared vaccines to AIDS, and look at that, how prescient I was to compare him and his ilk to the ridiculous US culture war grifters. Mr Rennick's comments about childcare referenced the federal government agreeing to a large pay increase for childcare workers this week. Workers will get a 15% pay rise at a cost of $3.6 billion over the next 2 years in exchange for their employers agreeing to limit fee increases until after the election and accept longer-term union-negotiated pay deals for their workers. I mean, for me, that just seems like win, win, win. But Mr. Rennick said a pay rise for childcare workers was pouring fuel onto a bonfire as far as cost of living is concerned. And we can see his tweet here. Institutionalised childcare is a sacred cow for the Labor Party. It helps fulfil a number of their goals. 1. Destroy the family unit. 2. Brainwash children early with the woke mind virus. 3. Put money into the coffers of United Voice, the union that childcare workers are, and it cuts off there, but I don't know, effectively represented by? I mean, the fact that United Voice has managed to secure this seems to me a fantastic advertisement of the benefits of joining not just United Voice, but your union. I'm not against helping families make ends meet, but government support for children should go to the parents, not the unions or the rent seekers in the childcare industry, the senator tweeted. That is interesting. I wonder if he knows that his boss literally benefited from exactly what he's criticising. Well, the way that the payments work and not the woke mind virus shenanigans. So this is from an article that came out about 6 years ago when Dutton was challenging Turnbull for leadership of the coalition. But it states, the Camellia Avenue Childcare Centre and one in Brisbane's northern suburb of Bald Hills are for-profit operations owned by RHT Family Trust, according to ASIC documents. Dutton's parliamentary register says that he, his wife and his children are a beneficiary of the RHT Family Trust. And a change in the law effective as of July 2nd means that these two childcare centres, along with a majority of others, now receive direct grants from the Commonwealth. This replaced the old system where benefits and rebates were paid to families. Under Section 44V of the Constitution, any person with any direct or indirect pecuniary interest with the public service of the Commonwealth is disqualified from Parliament. Interesting. I don't think that was probably an issue for Rennick back then, though. Now, part of the reason that I wanted to make this is because the PM calling anyone a cooker is hilarious, and especially someone like Rennick that's just a cheap knockoff of the kind of US culture war grifter far-right people that we've seen spring up over the past decade. But part of it is also related to what we're seeing in the US at the moment with the success of the Democrats calling out the Republicans as weird. And I think that just being able to remove all of the illusions and the political fluff and just call things as they are is super, super useful.
The goal is to accurately point out how creepy and divorced from reality the conservative agenda actually is. No normal person wants to eliminate the Department of Education, or thinks the president should commit unlimited crime, or tries to inspect children before they play sports, because all of that would be weird.
So going forward, make sure that you call out all of the weird cooker shit that is starting to infect our political and social discourse thanks to the overwhelming presence of the US media and the power of their social media. The fact that we can't even watch an Olympics for, 2 weeks without discourse all over the world being turned and framed and moulded by weird US right-wing grifters is ridiculous, and it deserves to be called out for the cooker shit that it is.